happened to the Red Sox last night and how they would respond after the Rafael Devers trade. And considering it was entering a 9-game West Coast road trip, winning 5 in a row, sweeping the New York Yankees, I was curious how they would come out. Would they show emotion? Would they come out flat? Just to bring it back to another sport, when Luka Doncic got traded, Dallas got smoked. But in their next game with Anthony Davis, they beat the Boston Celtics. So I was kind of curious how the team would respond. And, well, the headliner, no doubt about it, was Lucas Giolito. 6 scoreless innings, struck out 10. And there's a streak going now of 7 straight games where a starter has received a quality start. Red Sox pitching has thrown 18 consecutive scoreless innings. It's back-to-back shutouts versus the Yankees and Mariners with Brian Bayo and Lucas Giolito. Just think about that. Now, I know there's always been high expectations for Giolito, no doubt. Or Bayo, for that matter. Giolito, though, was a guy that signed last year coming off an injury. And he's had his ups and downs. He's had downs, no doubt about it. But you've seen a stretch now of 7 straight 6+ inning starts for the Red Sox rotation. June 9th, Brian Bayo goes 6 1/3. June 10th, Giolito goes 6 innings. June 11th, Walker Buehler goes 7. He goes again tonight. On the 13th, Crochet goes 8 1/3. Besides giving up that home run to Judge, he was outstanding. Hunter Dobbins has given him another 6 innings. Brian Bayo once again, the other night, 7 innings. And then last night, Lucas Giolito, his 6, plus the 10 strikeouts. I've noticed something. I've been talking about it night after night. But the pitching staff has gone away from changeups, and they're throwing more gas. So, yes, give him the gas, not the ass. It's working. And just to add to that, I almost wonder if there's the veterans that are going away from what Andrew Bailey and Craig Breslow have been preaching. I'm almost wondering if that's on both sides of the field, but we'll get into that in a minute here. But looking at what this pitching staff has done, 7 straight 6-inning outings. The league's best ERA, 1.35. Over 46 in 2/3 innings over that span. And I'll get into their bullpen, too, which has been absolutely outstanding. A top 5 bullpen in Major League Baseball. Forget about the last 6 or the streak. They've been outstanding. So, are the changes to the pitching staff Andrew Bailey? And I'm going to say no. I think these guys are sticking with their stuff and what they know, and I think it's easier to get fastballs by pitchers these days. I read a report today that hitters, more than ever, their average is higher now on off-speed pitches than ever before. So why preach the off-speed pitch? I think the veterans have made the decision to go after hitters and throw more fastballs. Now, again, Crochet, when you want to call him a veteran, and he's still, again, it was a start before where he threw 3 straight strikeouts on backdoor sliders or cutters or whatever. Now, Dobbins throws the ball around the plate. I'm not saying they're completely going away from changeups and off-speed stuff, but I think it's more fastballs than anything. I don't credit Bailey for that. I don't credit Breslow for that. I think that's a personal decision from the players, and Cora is on board. And we'll get into the match between Breslow and Cora and the players and the team and the owner and all that in just a little bit. But just a week ago, manager Alex Cora said, I really expect more. I expected more from the pitching staff. They've responded. But the names that I gave you, Giolito, Buehler, those 2 guys, Dobbins has been solid, and Bayo's improving. Crochet is what he is, best pitcher in baseball right now. But those 2 veterans, almost going rogue? That's what I think. That's my opinion. I think they've gone rogue. I think they're like, screw whatever they're trying to teach us. And I think Cora says, do what you got to do. I mean, there was talks a week or two ago about trading Walker Buehler and how teams would want him. I read articles from The Athletic and et cetera about Walker Buehler would be a great midseason acquisition. There was talks about DFA Lucas Giolito. Now, look at them. Confident, throwing more fastballs, demeanor on the mound. They're almost leaders for guys like Brian Bayo, with Crochet continuing to do what he's doing and mixing Dobbins in. Who knows what Tanner Houck does when he comes back? But I think the pitching staff has gone away from changeups. I don't think it's a product of Bailey whatsoever. So pitching's been outstanding. How about Roman Anthony? First home run of his career. And he did the feed me more reaction after the homer, which I loved. They manufactured runs over the weekend. They bunted. They're winning close games. I'm not sure how much they can continue to score 2 runs a night and win. I'm not sure. But if their pitching and their defense, by the way, continues to play the way that they're playing over the last week, they're going to compete for a playoff spot. And by the way, last night's win landed the Sox as one of the current 3 teams who'd be eligible for a wild card spot. They're a half game up on the Twins and the Mariners. The Red Sox have won 9 of their last 11 games. They've won 6 in a row. They can clinch 4 consecutive series wins tonight. They made the Rafael Devers trade during this time. I am curious to see how Buehler pitches tonight. Can he continue this run of veteran pitchers playing well? I still think the Red Sox are good. I think at nights they're going to struggle to score. Last night, 2 runs. They got to score more. I saw that Christian Campbell's out of the lineup tonight, and Wilyer Abreu says he's going to be back soon as well. Says he's pretty much ready to go. But embarking on a 9-game road trip, having Rafael Devers come off the plane, and to everything that happened, and the veteran leaders saying we don't need an explanation from our staff, kind of showed some leadership. What the pitchers are doing on the mound is showing leadership. Maybe this was a culture move. It was sure as hell a culture move, getting Rafael Devers out of that clubhouse. I still don't think it's a win of a deal by any means. But I do think there's been some Cora versus Breslow stuff. And Alex Cora had a line today that almost blew me away. And it's regarding the push-pull that I'm mentioning. He said today, I'm going to be very clear. We cannot question the front office. And this was regarding the decision to trade Rafael Devers. We cannot question the front office. Breslow's got the ear of the owner, everybody. Breslow made the move, but got it signed off by the owner. Alex Cora's here. He's getting paid. They're playing better under his watch. This credit I give to Cora and company. I don't give it to Breslow and their philosophy. Hell no. But Cora's made it clear. Maybe he's been put on notice. They cannot